Okay. So yesterday we have seen what kind of test cases we need to have for APIs. So if we open that sheet, 1 minute, I will open that sheet and we will go through once. Then we will write test cases in Postman. I think that 1 minute. Where it is? Okay, this one. Okay. So for get, we will have few positive and few negative. Okay, negative cases will be without the headers, uh, with invalid headers. Uh, Suppose if we are passing any query parameter, as we say, and this is a query parameter. By giving query parameter value as invalid, we can write it, and we can write with only with HTTP protocol instead of HTTPS. That also we can try what is happening. This requirement, okay, they will uh, give you the what is the expected response when I send with the HTTP. So this we are not going to decide what is going to happen. Okay, based on the requirements we need to write these expected responses. Okay, suppose negative, suppose it's invalid headers, they may say, okay, uh, each header they may not validating from the developer side. Out of 4 headers, they may say that this is the header which if I pass wrong, that should come 400. Okay, so it depends on the requirement. We need to take a list out the requirements and based on that we go. That's how we need to go. So these cases we will keep in Postman now, and we will try to validate it, and few Postman tricks I will tell you, what all things we need to take care while writing, or if we have some already Postman scripts, like normally what happens while development, developer will have Postman collection that just he can share very easily just by saving those Postman collection. They can share with us with just with one click. Okay, say if you say export, okay, with this export option they can export to somewhere, that is, suppose I can say desktop, and I will give you now itself this one. You can just I can share with you, all of you, just you can import that by just by importing it. Just let me share with you so that you can also open that. Everyone installed in Postman add-on? Anyone having any issue with installation? Because we need today, actually we are going to explore this little bit, at least like half of them. Everyone install? Just to do it if not done, just for take in 1 minute and do it. Okay, so I will tell you how to import as well. Just do that. I will tell you how to import this now. Okay, just take that into desktop or somewhere wherever you want, and after that just do import option. Okay, then you will get file folder this. Okay, you can select file, no problem. Okay, so then upload files. So we need to do upload files option. Then we will get like go to that specific location where it is. My location is this. Okay, this one is my Postman collection. Okay, This is my Postman collection. It will be in the JSON format. File will be the .json format. So you can confirm that this is my collection. So open. Already it is there with me. So what will happen? It will create one more with copy underscore copy something. It will create, but it will not delete or overwrite earlier one. Sorry. So it will not overwrite earlier one. See, it is showing message a collection go rest already exists. What you like to do? So import as a copy. I will say. If I say replace, it will go up previous one and it will import. But I wanted to do import as a copy, so I can modify something. Existing one it will be same like that, and I can import new one. So if you see here, one more came though. So that is go rest copy. Anyone having issues installation or how to import? Just import this. I want you to show something there in that as well, and we will write new one also, no problem. Okay, if no issues, then concentrate here for some time. After that, you can do something like whatever I explain you. Okay, so now see here. Now I have to request in this. Let's go copy one which I can modify anything. See here I have multiple folders. Okay, multiple folders with for each API. For create user, that I have one folder. Okay, so and here get like some user registrations. Okay, so I can create a user here. This is user registration. See, if you see here endpoint, okay, different. Okay, so I am creating users with post. So like where is that? This is not get. I have not written seems to be for getting the users. It is creating user. Okay, so this is user registration, creating user. That is if you see our Excel sheet, this is the one. Okay, this is the one which is available there. This is the one. First case, creation of user. So that is the test case of this one. Okay, we'll write it more test cases, don't worry. So this one I am passing. Let's go through basics. First, here are the methods which we wanted to perform, and after that these are the headers. These are common headers, nothing new I mentioned. These, whenever I create a request, it will come automatically. Suppose if I do under request response, I am going to create one more request. We will do from initial also. Just okay, I think it's better I will do from initial stage. Okay, so here we have one folder. Yesterday we created folder creation, you know, right? I think how we do, like we do collection creation. How we do is new collection. Okay, new collection we do collection. Can you mute from your side? If not, if you don't have any queries, because some noise is coming. If you have any queries, you can ask and make a mute. So I created one collection now, new one. This is completely. So now I wanted to, okay, I wanted to have in the form of folders for each request. What is meant by each request? What is meant by each request? Sorry, what is meant by for each API? We need to maintain separate folder for, we can say, each API endpoint. Okay, each API endpoint we can have separate one. Okay, so what I will have now, create a folder. First one I am going to create for get users. I wanted to get the users. This is one API, right? If you see endpoint API users, so this will be the one get users. Naming conventions, just follow uh, uh, Postman. Okay, try to follow with the uh, uh, JavaScript naming conventions. JavaScript naming conventions, always it should start with small case, small letter, and next one it will be the like this. So this is called camel case. Okay, this is called camel case. What is mean by camel case? First letter starts with small letter, and after that, okay, what after that, suppose whatever you are giving, it should be the capital letter. That is called camel case. Okay, it starts with small letter. That is called camel case. JavaScript naming conventions is like this. Okay, so get users. So I am creating. So here one folder is created now under this get users. So now under this, what all test cases should be there. Now I have these four test cases. These four test cases should be under this. Now I am going to create one by one. Now here, once I create a folder, I need to do add request. So what is mean by add request? This is the one which I can perform some actions or some methods, HTTP methods which I can perform on the request only, not the folder. Folder I just created for to uh, like separate it out or organization. Okay, like to organize everything very well, I created folders. Now under get, not a get, like under that API endpoint get users, whatever I am going to have, okay, test cases, all of them I am going to create here. Now here I am going to create, okay, users, the name of the test case. Okay, I can give list of users. Yes, ID 001 should be understandable. Okay, very should like very clear. Okay, so get users, right? This is get users, or anyway already you written, so you don't need to write it also, but give like positive case or happy path, so it will be very easy to understand. Whenever you see, whenever you execute, this will display in the report actually. So it's very easy. It should be I am going to expect a 200 response code for this. Very easily you can understand, because this happy path, some kind of thing or positive case, so better to give happy path. For a negative cases you can give negative uh, scenario something. Okay, or however it is, even if you just give positive, okay, should be understandable to everyone. Okay, that's it. So for negative we will give negative. Okay, so this is a request name I am given. So here I can create, okay, like suppose whatever I created, collections, it will display here. Under which collection you wanted to display this, sorry, under which folder you wanted to place it. Okay, once I do get users, it will be under get users. Suppose in you want to create a folder, and under that if you want to keep that also, we have option. Okay, that we will do in next case, which is for post. Okay, we will create a folder and we will save under that. So now I wanted to store under get users only, so I selected this. So folder also it is showing. See now, one by one coming on the bottom to top. So August batch is coming. See, so now under get users I wanted to store. See now here the like button name is got changed. Can you do from your side also this just path if you have, if you don't have experience on the API Postman earlier? If you have already, no need actually. This is very basic. So now this is a positive case. So now what are things we need to do? We need to go here. Okay, we need to go here. First, we need to get the user like in URL. Okay. See, whenever I given my URL, whenever I given after question mark, okay, as I said, after question mark, you given something. Normally, my URL will be like this. Okay, my URL will be like this. It will come all the page users, not only second page users. Let's try that first. Okay, so this is the one. I am not passing anything parameters anything. So headers automatically comes these are the default for REST APIs. So automatically it will be there, these 6 or 7 whatever. So as it is a get, we will not be passing any body, so I kept none. So you will not be able to edit also if it is a none. If you keep raw, you can modify, but this get, whenever you give get, this will be automatically none. So we don't pass. Anyway, we don't pass, so I don't want to edit anything. So I will do send. Let's see what happens. So my expected response code is 200, and I should get the all the list of users which are there. So here first it is displayed page 1 users. After that, if you see, page 2 will be there at the end. Let's see, page 2 users are there or not, or only displaying the page 1. ID 2, ID 1, total pages are 2. Total pages are available 2. Okay, this is a page 1. Okay, so displaying page 1 records. So page 1 records, it is displaying. But if I want to create, if I want to display page 2 records, okay, so I am going to give however it is earlier. Okay, so this is query parameter. I am passing one query parameter. I wanted to list out the users who all are in page 2 response. So whenever you give here, immediately that will be available in the parameters. If you are having in the green color something, some green color in the sense some variable is there available here. Page 2 came. I am not given anywhere. Okay, I given here URL. So that took automatically. So this is called query params. See, query params. What is mean by query param? Filtering it out with some value. Okay. Query parameter is different, and path parameter is different. I will tell you what is meant by path parameter now. Okay. This is query parameter. It comes more than one record. What is meant by more than one record? If in page 2, if I have whatever records are available, that will come. I mean to say, whatever records will come will be there, that will come. That is called query parameters. Query parameter, it is filtering out with some department or with page number. Okay, or something in your API. Okay, that can give the multiple records for you. Multiple records. It may give multiple records. It may not give multiple records if data is not there, but it will return multiple records if it is there. That is called query parameter. Got it? So now page 2 should display once I click send now. See page 2. So page 2 data is coming now. Okay, it's not a single record. See data, if you see one record, this one. So in that way we have multiple records. So that is page 2 records. Now what is meant by path parameter? Okay, path parameter will not have question mark. Path parameter will be having just to get the information for specific record. Now I wanted to get the okay which is ID is particular person data ID. Okay, so I am going to give ID, I think /7 some I will tell you how it is, whether it comes or not we'll see. Path parameter ID 7 I given /ID equal to 7 or something, ID equal to, let's see what happens. It will be syntax error. Yeah, ID equal to 7. Okay, 1 minute. Let me check the syntax how we pass a query path parameter. Just I don't know the syntax. Very rarely I use Postman actually. Query parameter. So path parameters you can enter them directly into the URL field. Okay. Try from your side also, you will also get it. How to use syntax. Path variables in Postman. Okay, see like this. Let's go now. Yes, with slash. Okay, they are saying ID is 7. Let's see whether we got it or not. Okay, see why we are getting ID 7, because it is not in the page number 1. Let's see first who all are there in page number 1, and we will get the we will try to get the in first page whatever. For second page also we will try now. Now second page is equal to 2 I will give, and inside this I will try to get whether it is correct or not, I don't know. ID I will try with 1. Let's see if we get or not. No, we are not getting everything. So page 1, what all users are there, let's get now first. Okay, there is a option, it will be option there for page 2 also to get. Okay, user. Now page 1 I have ID equal to 1. Let's see, I will try getting first user which is ID 1, whether how it comes. So like this is not coming. So email ID. Okay, I will get you this also. Will do. Booking ID. Okay, they are saying something ID. Oh, sorry, we need to pass ID 1. No question mark here. No question mark. So no data is coming. Let's try ID value. They are saying here we need to give, but I don't think so. If we pass here, it will come with the question mark actually. Let's see whether it is correct or not. So see, if you see here, it is coming. So if you see here, ID is equal to 1. So only one record is filtered out, okay, with data that is ID 1 is there. So this is path parameter, okay. In the URL we are passing, but the specific record I am giving here, okay. I am not filtering it out with the some department or something, okay.
Sorry, I have a
In this
question.
case, sorry, is someone saying something?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So we have used a question mark here, right? So
Hmm.
can we use question mark in a path parameter as well?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Normally in the path parameter, it should be the syntax will be different actually. But why it is coming that I am seeing. Normally it should come with like this actually.
Okay.
Okay, path parameter. Don't know. Getting empty. I will check and let you know. Okay. It should
Yeah,
be like
sure.
this. Okay. It should be like this. I will try to get you some example. Okay. For now, let's remember that just because we know where we use path parameters and all this query parameter we will use. I don't think so. We use this, but for interview purpose, we need just what you say definition. Okay, we pass path parameter with the URL. Okay, in query parameter, we will pass from the with the question mark and parameter what filter you wanted to use to filter it out your records. Okay, clear, right? uh, our filtering with is with page number. Okay, so page equal to 1, our filtration. So this is about query parameter and path parameter. Now so we are getting positive case this one and my 200. Okay, now I wanted to do something else here also. Okay, my entire project is going to use this URL. So why don't we pass from the environment variables? Because today the environment is this one, suppose development environment or QA environment something. Tomorrow they may ask us to execute in some stage environment something else. The names are different, but whatever they ask us to do we need to do. So that's why we need to keep this from the environment variables. It should come this URL. So how it comes, we need to copy till where you wanted to keep from the environment variable. Okay, so that you need to understand by seeing the URL, which is a base URL, which one is the uh, endpoint URL. Okay, till the, if you see here, okay, request dot rest dot in. Okay, this will be the if you see till dot in. Okay, because common. Okay, see common dot in API uses, this is not the one for post this is the URL. Okay, API users. So for post this one, for get this one. So till where it is common, the common is till the API. Okay, remaining is different actually. Okay, okay, our base URL will be till the dot in seems to be. Let me go again that website and I will check one few more endpoints, what how the calls are. Okay, so it should be dot in, seems to be till dot in we need to give. We will see. already they have some this is till the API, okay, not the. We'll see what are there in the post API. This is post register. Okay, so till API is the base URL. Just keep it this for you from your side also. It may help you because that's someone is written and uploaded there. Okay, just keep this also. We'll write it. Okay, we'll write with the parameters because why parameters are helpful. If you want to change it in future with different URL, that will help you. So till here is the base URL. So what I need to do, we need to go. Okay, here it is a no environment, right? I want to create one environment, so I will do that. Okay, so see, this is no environment. Now I want to create environment. So already some environment is there. Okay, so I will create a new environment that can be selected for this project. So I will create with the same project name, so it will help you. Others, let me know if you are not able to do from your side also try, so you don't need to practice separately. So variable, I will give some understandable environment variable name, QA URL, dev URL, stage URL, something, whatever. So I can give one more also if I have in future, suppose okay they are going to change it or they are going to ask to execute in some different environment, I can give. Okay, for now I am not giving this. Okay, I will give one more also. Okay, let's go. So QA, just give QA URL. Okay, QA environment, this is the for now this one. Okay, I will give for this also, this one only we will see later. Okay, what to change, what and all. So this I can change, okay, whenever I need. So add, okay, under August batch. Okay, so that's it, already done. I have here now August batch one environment separately. So suppose if you have multiple projects, here you can select the which environment variable data you wanted to select. So now I want this. Now I want to use whatever URL is, whatever variables are here, I can see from by seeing the eye icon. Okay, from eye icon you can check what are the variables are available. Okay, now I can give this reference URL name here. How it should be? It should be in the double parenthesis like this and close double parenthesis. It will show now here. See, if you see here, now it is showing C. Variable value, if it is not empty, means you given correctly. See, I am getting the values whatever I passed in the environment variables. So that is how we will be giving the environment here. So we are not going to hard code the base URL. Just go and execute now. So the data is not changing, right? Data is same for earlier and now. So that is how we give parameterization. So let's go now. One more thing here, I wanted to validate 200 status whether it is coming correct or not with my expected 200 status code. So that also we can do. This is kind of writing some assertions in Postman. Okay, how do you write assertions in Postman? Like however we do in automation with TestNG annotations, something we do like assert equals status code 200 or not. So however we do Selenium, so here also we can write in Postman. I will tell you, then you will get one question. Okay, we are able to write assertions also here. Then what is the meaning of again going to automation and writing assertions or writing automation script. There are some advantages, there are some differences, there are some limitations in the Postman that I will tell you now. Okay, now if you see here, if I go test here, if you see here in the right side, snippets, under snippets I will have some sample code to validate everything. Okay, get a variable, set an environment variable, set a global variable, clear environment. So for everything I have something. Now I wanted to check status code is 200, or if I want to validate something, response body contains some string, this is the one. If I click status code 200, automatically it came. Now just 200 is coming or not, this is done, your script. Okay, pm.test status code is 200. This is JavaScript code. Okay, JavaScript syntax is like this. If we use something is okay, this is my uh, text. Okay, and function is started from here. Okay, it should, the syntax is like this only. Okay, comma function, this ended here. Okay, and everything ended here. This open braces ended after your function. Okay, now this will validate. So let's write it and we will try to give 400. Okay, to check whether it is correctly validating your assertion or not. Normally it is going to come 200. Okay, just I kept my expected is 400. It should fail because you were not matching, right? It is not going to match. So if I go test results 0 by 1, these 0 means 0 pass, 1 failure. If I have more requests, it will show if out of 5, 4 are pass, 1 is fail, 4 by 1. So 4 pass, 1 fail. Such a way it shows the results. Let's go to results. See, fail. Status code is 200. Assertion error. Expected response have status code 400 but got 200. From where it is coming? You are able to see the some result which is happening here. So if I keep 200, so that means it will pass now. See, status code is 200. So that's how we can validate the our results. Any queries? Did you try from your side also? Any issue you are facing? We did this parameterization and writing some script. We don't need to remember this script. Okay, just to say, if someone asked you in interview, how do you validate without seeing your status code here in the Postman response, in the Postman UI, whenever I run some collection, it should validate by automatically. So by writing, by keeping validations or assertions in test tab in Postman. Okay, this is a test tab in Postman. Just I can have code snippets there. I can use status code assertion. So let's go now. Status code we got. Now I want to validate some value is present in my response. Response body contains string. I can check, right? Response body JSON value check. I can check with this also. Response body is equal to some string. This also I can check. Whatever I need based on my requirement, I can do anything. So now I am going to give, see, response headers also you can check. If you see headers, these are response headers. These are the test results. These are the response headers. There are some response headers that also I can check. In few, okay, in few APIs, response header, whatever is coming, that you need to capture and utilize in some other place also. That also will come in picture. Okay, that also we are going to try. Okay, one value we capture and that we will use in next request. Okay, so that also we can do. And one more thing we can what we can do, we can capture the like the response body, whatever is coming, I can capture some value which is suppose email ID and I can use in the next request, because that is dependent on previous request. So that's why I need to capture something in the response body and I need to use as a request body. In the request body I need to pass that variable, this variable, then only the next request is going to work for me. So that kind of dependent APIs also will be there. So that's why these functions are useful. Capture something and utilize in other places. Okay, we can capture. Okay, that I will show you. Okay, for now see few validations. Okay, I will check some contains string, response body contains string. Okay, now he, okay, body match string, this I can change. Okay, it's not mandatory. Okay, body matches string, what string I will pass as one email ID. Okay, whatever I am doing here that will show in the test results. Okay, with this name, that's it. Mail ID. Okay, email ID I will check, one email ID which is I will check as okay, this I will take whether this is present or not, and we'll remove and we'll try to identify whether it should not be present also. We'll identify. Now we are keeping one positive email ID which should come, okay, in my response. So body matches string email ID function. So this postman PM means, okay, I think so, I'm not sure, let me check. Postman expect PM dot reason text, this C. Okay, see what is happening here. Here it is response dot text, entire response, okay, is, okay, have in this response dot text. Okay, inside the test script, object contains all information, okay, pertaining to the response that was received. Yeah, PS means postman only. Oh, sorry, PM means postman only. Okay, postman dot response. So it is going to have entire response as a object in this. So it is going to verify, okay, some field value in the response. Now let's go see again same function. Okay, JavaScript syntax. This is, you are not going to write by your own also. Okay, no need. Okay, so pm dot test. Okay, this is common. See, if you see here also pm dot test common. After that function, are we writing something? Just do snippets. Header check, response header content check. Let's check one header whether it is okay. My header I am going to check content encoding or BR. Okay, content encode is BR. Content type is content type. Okay, header content type is there, content encoding is there. Let's check whether this is there or not. We will check how to, if I wanted to use some value I will check. Okay, we will do that also. Now I am checking header is content encoding is there or not once execution is done. Okay, to have a header content type I will, instead of this I am doing content encoding. Done. Now 3 validations for one test. If you are doing postman completely, okay, if you are doing postman completely, then only we do postman. Sorry, if you are doing manual testing completely in your project, then we do these kind of things. If no manual testing. We don't use Postman just for checking purpose whether response is coming or not for me. Okay, did I do some mistake in the automation? Suppose in automation sometimes what will happen, that will work in Postman, but in automation you are going to get some other errors. So then we will see, okay, what is the headers I am passing in Postman, what is the headers I am passing in the automation. That is called debugging in the automation. By seeing the Postman results, I am debugging the automation results. Why it is coming like this, why it is coming here, what is the mistake I am doing in the automation. So in okay, if you say I am working in automation, they may ask you what are the challenges you face in automation. In that time you can answer, this is the one point. Okay, I am going to tell you more points about automation challenges, about API testing. Okay, and this is the one challenge you can say. Okay, debugging is very difficult if some API is failing in automation. Okay, in automation, whenever you try to write some test cases or scenarios, sometimes it fails, but manually it will pass. So that time, how do you achieve that? Okay, how do you make sure that is passing? So we will keep in the Postman. First we will check whether it is working or not in the Postman. So I will compare what I am missing in the automation, whether any header I am passing, any like body am I correctly passing. Okay, and authentication parameters, is there anything I am missing in Postman, whatever what I am passing, and in the automation how it is going. So all those things we will compare in automation whether it is going correct or not. Then based on that we can understand in automation what thing or what mistake you are doing. Okay, any questions till now? For one API we have seen multiple this. Now suppose I will be having one more, suppose, okay, one more request under get users. Let's go instead of get users. Okay, let it be, we'll write one more negative one add request. You can ask me queries if you have. So under get users only I wanted to create this. Okay, so save as folder this. If I want to change I can change it. Okay, if I can create a folder and I can save from other. So now one more get users, and okay, above list of, okay, test case name I have written there. I can write, okay, list of users, test case ID 001 002 negative. Okay, that also I can write it. Okay, now get users negative. Now same this one I can use, right? My this one this, and what I will be doing for negative case is I will miss something. Let's go there. Anything which I can miss from test case sheet. I wanted to make it some negative headers. No, I don't think headers. Because these are the default headers. Okay, let's check with removing some default header. Let's see whether something comes or not. Headers I am going to miss everything. Two I will miss. This also I will miss. Let's see. Actually, these are they given common headers. Okay, this we don't check in the manual testing or automation. We check. They are going to give you some headers. Developer will give you some headers which has to be there, mandatory headers for every endpoint. Okay, they will have some headers which they will give us. Okay, to include in those headers. That I will check. Okay, that we will check by giving the wrong value. Okay, without that header, such kind of things we do. same way here, just I'm missing some default one. They don't validate actually, that's why. Okay, let's keep, instead of that I will pass endpoint as wrong. Okay, endpoint it should be users, but I am passing user. Okay, endpoint URL. I am doing some mistake here. Here also coming. This is a issue. It should not be coming. Endpoint itself. Okay, endpoint itself. It is not validating. See, 200. Okay, it is not the. See what is happening. Total 2 pages are there. Here data is not there. Okay, data is not there. Okay, but it is giving response. This is fine. Actually this is fine, but this is not correct. With this it should not come. It should validate this endpoint is something wrong. 200 you should not get. Okay, so there are some, like, just they built and they posted for public, okay, to use. So this is a negative one. Okay, so here I can keep status code should be, yeah.
I have a question. So negative, does it mean that we are failing the test case deliberately?
Yes,
Or
deliberately I wanted to fail.
okay, so that is a negative scenario that
Deliberately,
we are
see,
setting.
understand, not deliberately in the sense, whenever developer mentions this is my endpoint. Okay, this is, whenever they mention this is my endpoint, if I pass some wrong, okay, something not correct endpoint, you should not get 200. This is what negative testing we are going to do on the API side. This is how we do negative testing. How do you do? Suppose a login page is there. When they ask you to test it, how do you give? They given, suppose login username should be accepted only characters and numbers. That is positive test case, right? Positive test case. But negative test case, how do you write? I will give some symbol underscore something underscore Hari underscore something Hari underscore API, Hari underscore 19 something year underscore I will give. What is that? That is negative case, right?
Okay.
In that way, here we are doing negative case like this. It should be accepted. Okay, endpoint is users. Users page equal something. But whenever I give some wrong thing, it should not accept, right? That is how negative test case, because that should be validated, right? Yeah, that is what negative. So see, 200 coming for anything. This should not be like this. Okay. So I am going to keep. It should be coming 400 for me. 400 bad request or 500 internal server error. Something it will be change depends on the requirement. Okay. Developer will give what should happen if I pass something wrong. Okay. What is mean by this actually? If I take this URL, if I open in the web browser, it should come in the JSON format data. That is called REST API. Okay, if I copy paste that URL here, it will give me the JSON format. Okay, here this is the there, that's why it is coming. But let me keep this with the complete URL. Okay, it will come JSON here. If it is correct, let me go copy this and replace that with the QA users. Okay, it will give you the data. Okay, this is the data which is coming for us. In this format you will see in the browser also. Okay, if I do page equal to, here we will get the data. Don't ask me we can do in the browser what we can do with the Postman. There we can validate and all that. Okay, just we can see the data what is coming. Got it, right? Okay, so I'm expecting 500 response status code. Okay, but what is happening? It is not. Now here in this way I have list of cases. I have 10 test cases under one endpoint. Okay, in this way I am going to write with the negative case with invalid header tomorrow. Okay, negative I can write, I will rename with negative invalid endpoint. Tomorrow I will write one more thing, invalid header. Say so naming conventions, just see. I am doing paste. Okay, instead of invalid endpoint I can copy paste also. Okay, I can do control C control V on the by clicking on the folder. Okay. Okay. I think not the folder. Just I can do duplicate. Okay, duplicate, and you can change the name. Okay, don't copy paste. Just do the duplication. I will delete this. I will do just duplicate. Okay, duplicate of this. So I will modify this. With invalid endpoint, I do what I will do. Everything will be common for this now. Headers. Okay, if I do duplicate. Okay. Okay, it went away. Okay, anyway, I will change it. Rename it with invalid header. Easy actually with Postman. There are some scenarios, which is one scenario here we need to focus is capturing the one API response and using that response in next API. That is main one we need to practice. That is one we need to practice actually. Remaining everything is normal actually. So this is a URL which I am going to pass for invalid endpoint. Also this should be there. I will change something and I will use in tests with the invalid status code is 200 and will change to 500 my expected value. That is done. I want to rename this with invalid endpoint. It's easy actually, just a small, like you need half an hour practice, that's it. Invalid header, this also same, endpoint is same. Normally I did duplicate, right? It will come all of them, but I duplicated which is data not present. Okay, that's why this is like this. So see, now we have, why this is out of the folder. I wanted to keep inside the folder, I kept. Okay, just navigated. So I have three cases now. Invalid header also we have. What I will do, I will remove all the headers and I am expecting here 400. In the test I will keep 400. This is one more test case. I am expecting 400, not 500 here. That I will tell you the status codes. Like sorry, I forgot to tell you status codes. Okay. Now what is meant by 400? What do you mean by 200? There are some regional like some messages for each status code. There is a description is there actually. If it is a 400, 404, 400, all the series status codes, that is a, you are passing something wrong. You are passing something wrong, maybe headers, you are something passing maybe data which you need to pass. 400, whatever comes, 404, 400 and 405 also there, I think 403 also there. Okay, if it is coming 400 series means something wrong you are, which you are passing. And 200 series is 200 comes, 201 comes, these are all the positive. Okay, 200 is success, 201 is created some record inside the your API, means some record is created successfully created, something like this. 200 is completely success. Okay, there is a 300 also, some one or two status codes are there 300, but we don't do any validation regarding that actually. But 500 internal server error, 500 series are server errors. Okay, 501 internal server, 500 internal server. So some series are there that we will see. So now I have these many. Okay, today I have these many. Tomorrow, suppose I have, okay, in future I have, okay, in future I have 100 test cases like this. What you do? Do you do execute daily, like one by one, and verify it? So we don't do it like this. Okay, we can run collection. Okay, we can run entire collection, August batch collection. Okay, how do you do? Go to collections. Okay, from here I can run the collection by going through. You can do somewhere option is there, runner. Okay, runner. Okay, select, go to runner. This will open one more window. From here, select the which folder you wanted to run. I mean to say which APIs you wanted to run. I want to execute August batch. Okay, so what I will do now, I will run this August batch first, this endpoint. Okay, so here you can modify something. Do you want to change the environment? Yes, I want to use August batch environments. That is called dev environment. Suppose tomorrow I am going to create one more thing, August batch some other environment, August batch QA environment, August batch dev environment. So I can select just by going here. Environment is very easy to change, right? Iterations, how many times you wanted to execute. Okay, normally data, okay, data can be passed from the CSV or CSV file, I think so. I don't know how many ways we can pass, because I don't use this much, but data can be passed, okay, if needed, but we don't do such a level in Postman. Actually, if we are doing such a level, we do automation with register shield. Okay, seems to be can pass something. Okay, don't know. Okay, fine, these we don't touch anything. Save responses, if you want save responses, I think you can save, but this much level I don't know. Anyway, that much level not needed in interview purpose and working purpose also. We don't do such much, that much. Okay, just execute and check, that's it. Okay, here see, I selected what I wanted to do, and environment, and here below I will get run August batch, because my folder name is August batch. So run it, so you will get the results. So 4 pass 1 fail. What is mean by 4 pass and 1 fail? I have 3 scenarios. This 4 pass in the sense your validations, assertions. Okay, one test case itself, it was having 3. Okay, one test case I kept 3 validations, and one more test case I have 1, and one more test case I have 1 more. So this is the one results are generated like this. Okay, so this is the run summary. Go to run summary. Here you can see the export results options. You can export the results. Okay, that also will be in the JSON format. It will explore, and if someone wants to see, they need to import in the, they need to see import in the Postman. Okay, so that's how you can send to someone. However, I send to you one collection. In the same way, JSON file you need to send to someone to see. So results we see like this, and results. Okay, run summary, if you see, you can see the, and export results you can export. So that's how we do. Okay, if we do collection run again, it will come down, and if you can close it, this is the separate collection runner. You can close this, so I can go to now this Postman. So that's how results and all those stuff. Okay, tomorrow what we can see, what we will do is, we will capture one value in the response. Okay, one value in the response, one value, whatever. Okay, I will verify in the, or I will pass, okay, as a body. Okay, as a body. So tomorrow we'll do post one, okay, not the get one. Tomorrow post one we will do, and we will capture from one API and we will pass that. Okay, and try to do few cases from your side. Whatever Excel sheet I sent you yesterday. Okay, try to do few cases from positive side. Okay, this I will send you this collection. In the same collection, okay, try creating few cases which I sent you yesterday Excel sheet. Try to do for post. Okay, the next one endpoint is creating users. Okay, try to do 2 to 3 so that you will get to know everything, and try to do whatever I did today. Okay, try to do 2 to 3 cases. Okay, you have already this Excel sheet in the Skype. If not there, I'm going to send you again. If someone is joined today or yesterday, let me send you that as well. Tomorrow you are going to show me at least 2 to 3. Yeah? Try 2 to 3. Okay, because you need to get idea. That's it. 2 to 3 post cases. Okay, it may take just half an hour time. Okay, doesn't take, because at least you, if you are not able to do, at least you will get questions. Okay, what the mistake you are doing, so you can ask me tomorrow. So that's why. Okay, where it is. Okay, so in this, go to second sheet and try to write 2 to 3. Okay, here you have a result details. Okay, what is the endpoint? Okay, endpoint is, if you open this, sorry, anyway, it is here. Where in the Excel sheet you have the endpoint details also. Okay, in the Excel sheet we have post. If you go there, we have details. Okay, what is the URL? This is the URL. Okay, this is the URL which you need to use. Okay, D column. Okay, so today whatever I've written, that I am going to send you for reference purpose to you as well. So today's one, I will export this and I will send you. Okay, done for today. Stay in the call if you have any queries, otherwise you can drop, and we will discuss if you have any queries. I hope you got something, at least some level. Export. Okay, I'm exporting this. Date 12, I think so. 12 Postman. Just import in your and try for post. At least you will get some doubts. You will understand what you are not able to do. Okay. What name I say? Okay, I will send you, no problem. 12 Postman. Okay. Stay in the call if you have any queries. Otherwise, you can drop. Already 10 minutes. Already extra time we spent here. Stop sharing. Stop.